All right, if you're in real estate law or you run a title and escrow company, you really know the daily grind of contract review. Today, we're going to talk about how AI is turning those long, tedious hours into just minutes of sharp strategic analysis. It's completely changing the game. So, let's jump right in. So let me just ask you this question right up front. If you've ever found yourself with two documents side by side, just squinting at the screen, trying to spot the one tiny difference, you know the pain. But it's more than just a headache. That old manual process, it's a huge business risk. So what is this better way?
Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll dive into why manual review is such a nightmare. Then I'll introduce you to your first AI assistant, something you can start using today. After that, we'll explore some seriously powerful specialist tools. We'll wrap it all up by figuring out the right fit for your practice and talk about why this tech is now a must-have to stay competitive.
Okay, so let's get real about the problem. We're calling it the Redline review nightmare, and believe me, it's not just about wasting time. It's a genuine threat to your business and to your clients.
You know this feeling. A purchase agreement comes back with a few changes, a lease has been tweaked, and suddenly all your expertise is being poured into this just soul-crushing task of comparing documents line by painstaking line. It's a massive time sink, and it's pulling you away from the work that actually matters. And this is where the anxiety really kicks in, right? You're on this high-stakes treasure hunt for one critical change, a modified closing date, a new contingency that could be buried deep inside a 50-page document. The whole deal, not to mention your reputation, is riding on you not missing that one little detail.
Which leads us to the million-dollar question. Missing a change isn't a small slip-up. It can blow up closing dates, cost your client a ton of money, and, you guessed it, expose your firm to some serious legal heat. The price of one human error here can be absolutely astronomical.
So, how do we fix this? Well, the good news is you can get started, like, right now, for free. Let's talk about your first AI assistant, a tool you've probably heard of, ChatGPT.
The process couldn't be simpler. Seriously, you just upload the two documents you need to compare, the original and the new version. But the real magic, the secret sauce, is in step 2, giving the AI a really clear, specific instruction, or what we call a prompt.
See, it's all about the quality of that prompt. You're not just vaguely asking, hey, what's different? You are telling the AI exactly what to look for and how to prioritize what it finds. By telling it to focus on dates, contingencies, and money, you're pointing its incredible power directly at the highest risk parts of the contract. This is such a fantastic first step for any practice.
But, okay, for firms that are dealing with a steady stream of transactions, you're going to want to level up. You'll need more power, more precision, and that's where the specialist AI tools, the ones built specifically for this kind of work, come into play. Let's look at some of these dedicated platforms.
Here's a quick snapshot of 3 of the big players. You've got Legitt AI, which is built for attorneys who want an AI that thinks like they do. Then there's Kira, a total powerhouse for law firms that's been trained by actual lawyers. And finally, Evisort, which is perfect for title companies that need to see the big picture across all their deals. Let's dive a little deeper on each one. So, Legitt AI. Its huge advantage is that it doesn't just tell you what changed, it helps you understand what that change means. So if a rent escalation clause gets tweaked, Legitt AI doesn't just flag the text, it flags the implication. Better yet, you can compare drafts against your own firm's standard playbook, and it'll instantly show you any deviation. That is a game changer. Now, Kira's big claim to fame is that it's been trained on millions of legal documents. This isn't some general-purpose AI. It's been educated by lawyers. It gets real estate terminology. So picture this. You get 3 competing offers on one property. Kira can analyze all 3 at once, pull out the key terms, and help you create a side-by-side comparison for your client in minutes. Not hours, minutes.
And if you want to see the real-world impact, check this out. A 70% reduction in review time on a major portfolio deal. I mean, that's just massive. That's not just being more efficient, it fundamentally changes how you operate. It means faster due diligence, quicker closings, and it frees up your best people for the high-level strategic work they should be doing.
And finally, Evisort. This is incredibly powerful for title companies and other high-volume firms because it looks beyond just one document. It finds patterns across your entire contract history. It can tell you if a new lender's terms are weird compared to the 50 others you've worked with, or it can flag if a buyer's request is an outlier compared to your historical data. That isn't just review, that's true business intelligence.
Okay, so with all these amazing options on the table, how in the world do you choose the right one? Well, it really just boils down to the kind of work you do and how much of it you do.
Let's break it down really simply. If you're a solo practitioner or a smaller boutique firm, just start with ChatGPT. It's a fantastic, no-cost way to handle occasional reviews. When you're ready to step up, Legitt AI is a powerful and accessible choice. But if you're a high-volume title company or a firm juggling large portfolios, the deep analytics of Evisort or the lawyer-trained brain of Kira are going to give you an incredible return on your investment.
And that brings us to our final and maybe our most important point. Getting on board with these tools isn't just about making your life easier anymore. It's about staying relevant. It's about staying in the game.
Because here's the new reality. Your competitors are already using this stuff. They are turning around contracts faster. They're giving deeper insights to their clients, and they're slashing their risk of error. They're operating with the speed and an accuracy that, frankly, is impossible to match by just doing it the old way. This quote just says it all. The debate about whether AI belongs in real estate, it's over. The winners in this new landscape will be the ones who figure out how to weave these tools into their workflow to serve their clients better, faster, and way more strategically.
So I'll just leave you with this to think about. Whether it's the speed of turning around a deal, the insight of spotting a risk across your whole portfolio, or just the pure confidence of knowing you've caught every single change, what's your AI advantage going to be?